ready to rock and roll today? I figured we would do the Rising event and raids. Also, let me know about the sound quality. It's been a minute since we've done FF14, so things might be kinda different. We'll see. Especially since the thing that I usually use to stream has updated since it's been a while. But I figured it's time to do the Rising event. I've been putting it off because I wanted to let other people do it for a bit. Forgot how laggy it can be streaming in the city areas. Alright. Let us begin with the Wandering Minstrel. We'll do raids after. I got my whole bee set up. I don't really have like a lot of yellow things, so I just kind of went with like black and then some yellow, and then I made a little like bee thing out of felt and cardboard. Fortunately, I had all the materials to make that. Alright, rising to the call. The Wandering Minstrel seeks an adventurer both willing and able to help put the finishing touches to this year's Rising celebration. Of all the coincidences, you will hardly believe it, but I was just this very moment reminiscing of the time you lent me your strength a 12-month past. You see, I again find myself in pressing need of an adventurer's aid, just as I did last Rising. Oh, if only Rosa were here, I thought to myself, and here you are. Well then, what do you say? Shall we clasp arms once more? My thanks. The matter is this. I have been approached by a lady named Ayoyo, who wishes to imprint her own inimitable mark on the skies above Limsa. I speak, of course, of the fireworks that illuminate these rising nights. Learning of my contribution to previous year's festivities, she has enlisted me to her cause. We already have the ear of the organizing committee. However, Lady Ayoyo has expressed a strong desire to consult with a storied adventurer before finalizing her proposal. Come to the Yellow Jackets guardhouse at the base of the Coral Tower, and I will introduce you. So the bee was the right choice here. Okay, I did it for like Honey Be Lovely, cause like you know, but I guess it also works for the Limsalomans and like Yellow Jackets kind of army thing. So that checks out, yeah. Also, with the release of Dawn Trail, we got this like music roll vendor, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but every new town now has a music roll vendor. I'm not as into like the orchestrion rolls because I literally just have the FC house, and that shares like everybody. One of the nice things about having the FC house is like I think it's mostly just officers. But if all your officers have a music roll, like, you can play it even if you don't personally own it. The housing system in FF14 is crazy, so I got the FC house and I was like, that's it, we're not doing anything else. That's the level of crazy I'm not doing personal housing. I might get a personal apartment, but not housing. That's my foray into the housing market, and that's it. Is it... Oh, it's down. We're going down. Okay. I didn't realize we were going into the basement of the Marauders Guild. Ah, there she is. Lady Ayoyo, one storied adventurer, as promised. Sup? Blessing of the 12 upon ye. Name's Ayoyo, candidate first class with the Yellow Jackets. This is an honor to have you on board. Did I mention that it is the Yellow Jackets who are in charge of this year's festivities? Not only in decorating these fair Lomensian streets, but in designing and constructing the fireworks that brighten the skies above them. Lady Ayoyo here is quite the savant in all matters incendiary and explosive, and so it has fallen to her to formulate a plan for the display's crowning glory. I'm already want to be friends with this character. Me and the other lads and lasses of the cannoneers whipped up a load of lovely little drakes, snakes, and devils for the Moonfire Fair, but more of the same ain't going to cut it for the Rising. 'Cause it's all about remembering those we lost in the calamity, ain't it? Them and theirs deserve something might specialer than a bunch of old bangers. I don't know what accent I'm doing, I'm just rolling with it. An admirable sentiment, to be sure. It would not do for our ode to such poignant memories to be aught less than memorable. Let us make this year's Rising one that citizens in their fair realm will soon not forget. Took the words right out of my mouth, dearie. Thing is, having hardly set foot out of Luslaminta in all me days, I reckon it's best I don't reckon I'm best placed to know what's going through the minds of the citizens of this fair realm. And so you would pick an adventurer's brain, one who has journeyed far and wide across the land we love and who knows its people intimately. Yet before we call upon your particular wisdom, mayhap it would behoove us to seek out a wider range of opinions. Many and more look to the skies come the rising night, and the thoughts that run through their minds are no doubt as diverse. Let us learn them. Sure, we'll go question people. Sounds like planned. Mind if I join you, dearie? Could do with learning some of these thoughts myself. Yes, I want the explosive. I have a soft spot for explosive engineers. Right then, reckon we'd best start asking around. Someplace a lot of outsiders gather, I reckon. How about we meet in the Aetheryte Plaza down in the lower decks? While you two are engaged, allow me to continue your discussions with the organizing committee. I shall await you by the aft castle. Let's go. She has very pointy ears for a Lalafell. I feel like they don't do that as much with like the pointy long ears. Yeah, I like an unhinged explosive expert. It scratches a part of my brain and fills a part of my soul that might speak to my own particular brand of crazy. I don't know if it's a red flag. Aetheryte Plaza, here we go. Might get laggy for a second, we shall see. The Wi-Fi and the power are just gonna be kind of weird today. Okay, so yesterday we had a transformer blow and the entire 2 towns lost power for pretty much the entire day, because in California we're running off PG&E, which if you know anything about the fires in California is not very reliable. So yeah, it was, for most of the day we had no power, and as such, like, things are just going to be running kind of shittily for a while until, like, things fully get fixed up. And it was also, like, 100 degrees yesterday, so no power, no AC, no wind. I basically hung out in the garage all day. So I was going to stream yesterday, and then the power went out in 2 towns. It wasn't as bad as when we had the fires, like, a year and a half ago, and, like, we had no power for, like, 4 days straight. That was not as fun, but, yeah. You see them lights down in Knocker's Alley, dearie? Decorations for the festival, they are. Every year when the streets are all decked for the Rising, me heart fills with, well, all kinds of feelings. Sorrow, pride, regret. But enough about me. We came here to find out how the other folks feel about it. Let us split up, head down the alley, and ask for a few lively-looking customers each. We're on a schedule here, so don't go asking every single soul you see. 4 or 5 should do ya. I'll meet you there by the ferry docks when you're done. Again, no idea what this accent is, just rolling with it, straight up. It's somewhere between Western and Irish, and it's just gonna do it. I have very bad voice work skills. Welcome, welcome. What may interest you this fine evening? Rising! Thoughts, opinions, feelings. Go for it. Ah, information is it? Well, if you must really know, the whizzing and banging that fills the air of the season always takes me back to the time just before the calamity struck. A great festival was held to celebrate the reformation of the grand companies. People in the streets were hooting and hollering and setting off fire spouts, and all the ships in the day, now bedecked in maelstrom colors, let loose their cannons. That sounds like a colossal waste of ammunition, but sure, morale. It seems so foolish now, knowing what was soon to befall us, but that noise served a purpose nevertheless, drowning out the fear that whispered in our ears. 'Tis my firm belief that the rising fireworks are the same purpose even now. They prevent a vision of loveliness, togetherness, that we might forget our fears and be given hope for a brighter future. Okay, there's somebody, like, botting to try to sell gold. I'm gonna report them. I know, but part of being in town is reporting people who are botting to try to sell people gold. I don't stand for scammers. This is a very anti-scammer stream. The streets are full of life and the sky is full of fire, and the westerly winds filling out our seafarer sails as it does our yurts. Ah, could have picked a better time to come home. You a sailor too, are you? Sort of? Not really. Hi, Torben! Oh my god, you're here! Hello! Let me know how the sound is coming through from the game. It's been a while since I streamed FF14, and OBS has updated, like, several times, and I really forgot, like, what speaker setting I had everything on. I also made a little, like, bee clip today. I had all the, like, materials, and I just went with it. Helping with the fireworks, you say? Good on ye, lass. I've a few memories of back then, if you're near to hear 'em. I'm a merchant seaman, you see, always sailing hither and thither across the waves. It's so weird after playing Dawn Trail to hear the ocean referred to, like, with waves instead of just the salt. Thank you. I'm glad you think it's cute. It was very hodgepodged. But I wanted to make something for, like, Honeybee Lovely inspired for raids. Okay, let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, because I don't remember what I had it on. So let's try this. And we'll see how that goes. I'm a merchant. Okay, yeah, okay. Everyone was looking up to the sky in that loathsome lantern that hung low in it. You mean the moon? It was a moon. Like most folk, I don't remember much of what happened in the days before or after it fell, but I'll never forget those faces. And that's what I love so much about the fireworks. You see the same faces looking up, but with the same smile. It reminds you not only the bad times, but how we got over them. Okay, lots of talking. Talking. I do like the fireworks. I thought that they would kind of go away after the, Moonfire Fair festivities, but it is nice to see them, stay up for the Rising, too. Can you see them too, my love? Hey, I feel like I'm interrupting something. You're involved with the fireworks, and you want to know what I think of them. Well, just now I was wondering if they can be seen from far out in the offing. Do you know? Definitely I'm interrupting something. I see. The reason to ask is that my husband-to-be is out there now. He meant to be back by rising night, but it seems the tide didn't turn in his favor. He was so looking forward to the fireworks. I do hope that he can see them from where he is, that we can share them together, no matter how far apart we might be. That is my only request to you, that you make the finale as bright as boisterous as you can, that all those who cannot be together this rising might still share in its message. So, you want us to put so much light pollution in the sky, it turns to day for a second, okay? I feel like I'm taking the wrong message from this. Like, yeah, fireworks, great. We are setting the sky on fire. You know, all that goes up must come down, right? Like, I feel like the elementals in Gridania are probably pissed right now. Alright there. Anything I can do for you? Oh, this voice does not match this character. You're asking for people's thoughts on the Rising fireworks. Would have thought a great hero like you would make better things to do with your time, but I suppose that what makes you a hero, eh? Helping people out whichever way you can. Well, I'm like most people, I suppose. Think of those I lost. My parents, most of all. Wonder if they're watching too. Swum up from the bottom of the ethereal sea to see what all the crashing and banging's about. It's complicated, I suppose. I feel sad they're gone, but happy I'm not. I'm grateful to Batteron for saving me and so many others. If they are watching, I hope they can see me too. See what I'm doing all right for myself. That they might sleep soundly after another 12 months. I recently got asked if I believed in ghosts. And I think this is a weird thing. Because, like, this is gonna get weirdly deep. But, like, it kind of ties into what this NPC was talking about. Okay. Hang on. Let's play around with this and see if we can figure out why that's happening. It's all good. I'm just gonna go down the list. I have like 4 audio devices and we'll see which one works and which one doesn't. Cause again, OBS did like update several times in like my 2.5 month like thing, so I don't know what's also let me, oh, that might be the other thing as well. Hang on, let me go back and we'll try, yeah, like right here. Okay. Yeah, so I recently got asked if I believed in ghosts. And as somebody who, one of my parents died when I was really young, right? So, it's a little bit weird. I feel like people who haven't had somebody die, it's a little different, the whole ghost thing, than somebody who has had someone, like, people that they were close to die. Especially, it depends on your relationship to the people that you were close to. Because, like, you know, I loved my dad, but we had a very complicated relationship. And I was like 9 when he died. Like, I was very young. So, like, I don't really want him to come back as a ghost. Like, I don't really care if his spirit is out there watching me or not. Like, I don't want to be heartless about it, because I'm not. But, like, it's one of those things of, like, just for context, my dad had a lot of mental health and drug and alcohol problems. And so I don't think I ever really knew him as a sane or sober person. So while I did love him and I did care for him, we didn't have an amazing relationship. And, like, there were good times and there were bad times. The way my mom phrases it, my dad was a very difficult person to love. And so, like, I don't really, like, a lot of people are like, oh, if there's an afterlife, do you want to see him? Do you want closure? And I'm like, no. Because I feel like I've worked very hard to have the closure I've had about the situation I was in as a kid. And, like, I just don't really, like, there's that, like, it, again, part of being a child dealing with parents who are like that is you have a lot of anger and resentment. And even though you can have a lot of forgiveness and understanding with that, there's always going to be a bit of that there. There's always going to be a bit of that anger and resentment about not having your parents be, like, parents. So, like, for me, it's a little bit more like, when people are like, oh, I hope my parents are looking down on me and they see all the progress I've made, I'm like, I don't have an opinion on that. If he is looking down on me and sees all the progress I've made, that's great, whatever. If he's not, I don't give a fuck either way, because I've worked very hard to become the person I've become, and I don't feel like, and it kind of feels like that was without his input, you know, that was like no thanks, not really no thanks to his input, but like, that was just like not really part of it. Hello, hero! Should I call you I am one hero, or just hero? I'm good, how are you? I kind of got deep for a second because one of the NPCs was talking about their parents experience watching them from the ethereal sea, and I wanted to add my 2 cents, which was kind of depressing, but hey! How are you, Hero? I'm sorry if, let me know how the game audio's coming in, because, I was on break for 2.5 months, and OBS has, like, updated several times, so I'm trying to figure out which system works the best. But how are you? And let me know what you prefer to be called. I want to make sure everybody is comfortable with what I am calling them. Also, Nero logged in. Hello, Nero. I don't know if Nero's in the stream, but he logged in, so. Destination. I do really like this new ride. Okay, cool. I'll call you Hero. Would you prefer like the Japanese version of Hero, like Big Hero 6, where it's like Hero, or would you prefer the Western like Hero, like My Hero Zero? just making sure I got it right. I love this, like, okay, I'm a sucker for, like, explosive expert, like, chicks, okay? Okay, cool. Alright, again, just making sure. Sorry to keep you waiting, dearie. So, what did you find out? No, I can't do an Irish accent, so this is the best we're gonna get. Despite being a third Irish, cannot do it. Pompous British accent, yes. Irish, no. Same here. I was half expecting them just to like looking at the pretty lights, but it seems like the feeling runs a lot deeper than that. The memories of the calamity still sit heavy in their hearts, but the rising fireworks go a long way to lifting that weight. Yeah, it is. I'm also, like, my Wi-Fi is not very good. We had a couple of Transformers, break yesterday. So yesterday we had no power for the entire day. And as a result, like, I think that the 2 towns are now running on, like, kind of, like, a like, reserve, kind of, like, emergency system. Okay. It might be a Twitch thing. I just want to make sure, because, like, it's not great right now. Even though I have, like, a really nice setup and it usually runs fine, like, because we're running on, like, we're relying on PG&E and, like, Transformer stuff, I'm like, eh. So, any ideas for the grand display? What kind of thing do you reckon helped lift those spirits the most? Something reminds people of the past, something gives people hope for the future. I mean, Twitch is inconsistent. It's just the nature of the beast, right? Can't have a stream without something going wrong on Twitch's end. Something's always got to go wrong for it to be a bona fide stream. Let's do something that gives people hope for the future. It's good to remember the past, but it's yeah. Hope for the future, eh? That ain't a bad idea. Remind the folk that, however dark the night, dawn is just around the corner. The rising ain't just about mourning those we lost, after all. It's also about remembering the struggles of those who survived, to steer us to a brighter future. Aye, that's it. That's what Limsa needs, this rising. I feel like this would hit much harder if it wasn't cloudy right now. Aw, thank you! Heaven's Ward is pretty great. I fucking love Heaven's Ward. It's, I've been replaying, I've been trying to level an ult to max level on every single data center, which I don't recommend because it's batshit insane. But I am also a batshit insane person. And I replayed Heaven's Ward as well. It's, yeah, I'm a sucker for anything involving dragons, but like... Nice, nice, nice. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I haven't started the Aether character yet. I'm finishing up Primal. I might stream my Primal alt when I go through Shadowbringers. I'm currently in post Stormblood, and I'm just gonna be honest, post Stormblood is not like what people want to watch. Yeah, A Realm Reborn is you know, suffers from the spaghetti code. They've done a lot of work to it though. Replaying through the base game, they've done, because like the last time I replayed through the base game was like over 6 years ago. So like, replaying through it, they've done a lot of work. It's made a lot of improvement. But yeah, it still has a long way to go. But yeah, it can be a lot. Yeah. I mean, I feel like Final Fantasy XIV has some pacing issues, but they usually stick the landing, which is why we don't talk about the pacing issues as much. But I'm gonna do a whole, like, you might not watch that because you're in Heaven's Ward, and I don't want to, like, spoil you, but I am eventually gonna do a whole video on Dawn Trail and my thoughts around the most recent expansion, and I'm gonna talk a lot more about the pacing issues in that video. I don't like to, like, vent about things that are not applicable to the current moment sometimes, but, oh shit, that fucking sucks. Aw, well that sucks. I'll come over to Aether sometime and help you out if you want. I don't have an alt on Aether that I've leveled yet, but I'll totally come back over to Aether and help you out. Yeah. Hey, Alflin! Ships, cannon, a departure salute, not just for the fallen, but for those setting sail for unknown shores. A vision of the past and of the future. Again, I feel like this would hit so much harder if it wasn't cloudy right now. And a whole bleeding armada filling Galdian Bay, lighting up the very heavens. Who wouldn't want to watch that? Yeah, let's go. Let's settle then. Ah, the mistress is going to love it. He said he'd be up by the Aft Castle, right? I'll see you then. Yeah, no, it's not your fault, hero. Some people are just dicks. Where am I going? Upper decks, aft castle, gotcha. I do like this. I hope we see this character again. Again, I have a soft spot for, like, explosive expert chicks. I can't do an Irish accent, but I like her. Our intrepid adventurer returns, and positively bursting with inspiration, I take it. Yeah, we're gonna essentially light pollution the sky to shit with fireworks. I see, a traditional seafaring salute. Not only to the memories of the fallen, but to the future fortune of those who follow in their wake. A most fitting proposal, I'm sure. Thanks to both of you, our work ain't done yet. There's a lot that needs sorting out before we can put this idea into action. So much so to do, so little time. If you wouldn't mind helping us out longer, dearie, I'd be forever in your debt. Let me know when you've got your loins good and girded. That was a weird sentence. Alright, hell yeah, let's go. We who are about to set sail salute to you. This is a level, so most events are level 15, which is really nice. You can get all the stuff pretty quickly, even if you don't know everything, which is, it's nice that that's been. Oh, thank you, hero! Thank you so much! I really appreciate it. That is so kind of you. Ayoyo asks for your continued assistance in seeing her plan for the rising fireworks realized. Right then, let's get started, shall we, dearie? The plan is, we are going to line up an old fleet of ships across the bay and have them fire broadside into the sky. Let's light this bitch on fire! strengthening our fleet, we need to get the plan approved by the organizing committee, and that means convincing Commodore Raynor. I'll take the lead, but I ain't exactly got the silver's tongue, nor much experience in doubling with the higher-ups. If you two see me struggling, put in a good word, won't ye? Of course, my lady, your cause is ours. We will, as you say, light this bitch on fire. Thank you, my dears! Together then, to the Coral Tower! I added stuff in there. It seemed fitting. I love an explosive audience chick. Soft spot. Hey, Nero! How are you today? Oh, this is not where I'm going. I'm going over here. Last I had the privilege of meeting with the Commodore was around the time of the Calamity. I had been arrested for conspiracy to incite rebellion. Naturally, it was all of a sudden... Wait! What the fuck? How did we not know this about the ride the minstrel? Whoa, wait! This is some lore I was not privy to. Holy shit! Was this a thing? 1.0 players, was this a thing? I don't think we have any in chat right now, but eventually this is going on YouTube, and I want to know if this was a thing. Like, was there a story arc where this guy was incited? Like, what the fuck? I didn't realize this was a thing. Oh, my mind is fucking blown. Is this just like a dig at Yoshi P coming in and like changing things? Or was this an actual thing in the 1.0 thing? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look this up later. This is mind blown. Okay. Well, I didn't realize you were a criminal, but that fits in with the Bard aesthetic. Gotcha. Some other scurrilous soul had been singing songs of sedition. If not for Raynor and his relentless pursuit of the truth, I might still be lingering in the brig. He is a shrewd investigator who will brook no equivocation. Yeah, words. Shall we then? That's valid. Yeah, that's valid. I feel like hanging in there is valid. Yep, we want to light the sky on fire. We want to put light pollution in the sky and add noise pollution to everything else. Wanting to make the rising display special, I can fathom, but the sheer scale of this proposal is beyond anything I imagined. Hey, Yo-Yo, I need to remind you that the first duty of the Yellow Jackets is keeping the pace. Oh, thank you, Hero! I greatly appreciate it! Filling the bay with ships will not only disturb the daily workings of the harbor, but is sure to foment agitation among the commons. Knowing this, do you still mean to persevere with this outlandish plan? Yeah. I do, Commander! We are going to light the sky on fire! Every lumin's in heart, every yours in heart still bears the scars of the calamity. All that loss, that hardship, that struggle, it cut deep. But the rising ain't just about looking to the past, it's about looking to the future too. And if it's our duty to watch over the folk, keep them on the straight and narrow like, I reckon it's our duty to see them off with another year's journey too. Well put. I guess we are, as you shall say, lighting this bitch on fire. I accept that your intentions are pure, but what of the logistics? I trust you have a plan as to who exactly will be providing and paying for this fleet of yours. Yes, Commander, we are going to petition the Maelstrom for a flagship, and the rest from, the Black Sails. Yeah, we'll get the pirates involved. That totally works out. Pirates like lighting shit up. Let's go. Of course, one is wont to forget that those buccaneering souls remain bound to serve the Maelstrom in times of necessity. Lady Yo-Yo would have us parley with the three great pirate captains and remind them of their civic duty, it seems. Yes, and we will threaten to shoot them like, Merleweb if they, refuse. Also, R.I.P. Merlyweb's voice actor died, and I'm really sad about it. That probably means we aren't going to have more of the Dommy Mommy featured. And I'm also just sad that her voice actor passed away. I liked her voice. She did a good job with her. I guess she was also the voice actor for much more prominent characters, but I only know her from that, so. Merlyweb, so the Admiral of Limsalo Minsa, her voice actor passed away, sadly. Yeah. Aye, that's right. The pirates answered the Admiral's call back when the moon was falling, fought and died at Carteneau, same as the rest of us. When they hear about our plan to salute all those who fell and those who didn't, I doubt they'll answer the call again. I wish you all the luck in the world in recruiting those rogues to your cause. You shall need it. Very well then, allow me to arrange the parley. Should you succeed in this feat, you may consider all of my remaining doubts answered. I mean, we are planning to light the sky on fire. I think the pirates will be pretty down for that. It's not like when Merlin threw a gun to their head and was like, hey, you're gonna do what I say. Hi, Ghost Reaper, how are you today? Aw, thank you. You are a beautiful human as well. I bid you remember that you go speak with pirates, lawless marauders all. I pray you do not ought to offend them, lest we find ourselves with a mutiny on our hands. I mean, again, we'll just do what Merleb did, which was threaten to shoot them. Well, no, she threatened to shoot them while saying she shot her own father, which was a power move for sure. I'm alliterating. It was a lot deeper than that, but still a fucking power move. I'm okay. Ran out of medication, so the next 4 days are gonna be fucking awful until that comes in. And the Wi-Fi's a bit shit because yesterday the power went out in like our town and the next town over. So for like half the day there was no power. So we're kind of running on, like, they changed everyone to reserve power, so we're it's a whole, the system's fucked. PG&E shenanigans in California, fuckery, etc. But otherwise, I am fine. A bit. Yeah. I shall have the Maelstrom summon the leaders of the 3 factions to the anchor yard. Pray go there and complete your preparations. How are you today, Ghost Reaper? How you feeling? How you doing? Yeah, it's, I'm gonna be in pain for the next 4 days, for sure. Not so bad today, because it just happened last night, but yeah. Cheers for sticking with me, you two. I hope I can count on your support in the next set of negotiations and all. Of course, my lady. Alas, I fear the captains, those far-famed scourges of the seas, will prove rather less biddable partners than Commodore Raynor did. While Rosewyn of the Sanguine Sirens may be swayed by emotion, Carvalian of the Kraken's Arms is much more mercenary mind. The executions, meanwhile, value honor and glory above else. Okay, Rosewyn and Carvalian are so easy to convince to join your event. They're in every event, and all you have to say is that you tell Rosewyn that Carvalian is joining, and you tell Carvalian that Rosewyn is joining. And they're, on and off again romance, definitely not fuck buddies, will definitely, join your event. It's that easy. Oh yeah, I feel that. That's totally valid. And the Krakens you just threaten to shoot. That's how you get all the pirates sitting in line. You tell Rosewyn of the Sirens that Carvalian's joining your event. You tell Carvalian Rosewyn's joining your event. You threaten to shoot the bloody executioners. Works like a charm every time. If there is aught that unites them, it's a zealous spirit. Let us argue with passion that we might inflame theirs. If it's passion you're after, I got that in the bleeding bucket loads. But I might need you two to jump in again in case my tongue decides to tie itself in half an inch. I'll just say the first thing that comes into your heads and I'll pick up after. Yeah, I gotcha. I know how to do this. Come on then, dearies, let's over to the anchor yard and get this parley started. I love problems, Slomansa. It's like a bunch of pirates decided to become farmers and start a nation, and it's just an insane concept that is delightful. Oh, I don't. That's kind of far out. Alright, how do I get there again? It involves walking, right? After, like, A Realm Reborn and, like, maybe a little bit of, like, Heaven's Ward, you don't really have to go to the spot anymore. It's a pretty spot. Well, I mean, unless you're doing, like, I think you have to go there for the marriage quest, because one of the, like, 12, like, stone keepers is there. Been a minute since I've done that. My character is divorced now, and I am in, various polyamorous relationships now, so not married and gay. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's, like, some sort of, like, prayer thing. I guess if you have, like, summoner stuff, or there's a couple of job quests that also are here. Just perving on everyone's glam. Yeah, see, it's really easy to get these two. Because they're into each other. And every event, they spend it, like, perving on each other. And then this guy you just threaten to shoot, and so it all works out fine. Thanks for coming. The reason I asked you here is... the Maelstrom summon laid out for us loud and clear. You want us to help with the rise in fireworks. And the answer's no. When my sirens fire broadsides to send our enemies to the bottom of the brine, no painting pictures in the sky for drylanders to gawp at. We have better things to do with our time. 'Tis a rare occurrence, to be sure, but I find my opinion aligns with Roswin's. Our time is precious, and I'm sure is yours. Let us hasten to draw these discussions to a close. I shall put it bluntly, I see no profit in this endeavor for myself or my men. So unless there's anything else... no profit, has had the great... should lose his nose for coin. You put the Admiral Neil Jackets in your debt. Why, it's perfect opportunity for a deeper bond. Okay, I feel like if I say that... Oh, I have to say it. This is so awkward, and I'm cringing so hard right now, but I just have... Oh my god. I have to say it. If you should require my men tonight to shackle ourselves to the siren, we should require even a greater recompense. Oh, come on, you'll do it! The sheer scale of spectacle we propose would no doubt draw all the lords and ladies to the realm to gather in the city. Personages of high renown and deep pockets. Aye, if they saw you lot working in and out with the Maelstrom, it'd do you wonders for your public image. Folks who normally wouldn't touch a pirate with a big large pole would be queuing up to do business with ye. Also, we're lighting the sky on fire. Come on. I do believe you have a point, poorly phrased though it might be. To win legitimate business, one must project the image of a legitimate businessman. Carvalian is definitely inspired by, like, Steve Bonnet, but he's, like, competent, and Steve Bonnet was not very competent. Sod your image! Any sod who's too lily-livered to trade with us, they can stick their barge poles in their backsides. What's in it for the sirens? I fucking love Rosalind. If you won't consider them customers, consider them quarry. Don't you want to bring joy to the masses? Carvalian's in, don't you want to be... I have to do it, guys! I fucking have to do it! The devs ship them and I ship them too! Come on! Bring on the cringe! Let's go! Come on, last event you said you were into him! Fucking own it! What are you trying to imply? I'd rather cut me arse with a rusty cutlass than have to spend another minute in that preening peasant's company. Me and my girls are proper pirates! I say content in life, though, are ye? Me run almhouses for the sick and injured and those with child. Keep themselves busy with odd jobs as come their way. Yeah, so Rosewind's, I love the Sanguine Sirens because Rosewind's pirates they're all women, and she does a lot of like, yeah, like basically what you're saying here. Like, she does a lot of like female outreach where like, yeah. So the Sanguine Pirates are like amazing. They're like they're the only all-female pirating like kind of company, and they basically like have to like, it's a very male-dominated industry, which Rosewind has said in previous side quests and things, and like they become extra bloody to deal with that, and it's just, they're very fun whenever they show up. Yeah, they are cool. They're part of the reason I joined the Maelstrom as like my free company is because they're like cool as fuck. Them's your untos and your folk who are drawn to the city to see the grand display, your quarry. I see where you're going with this. Get the girls to set up the stalls and food and grog and the like, and they make a killing, providing they add all the right permits from the Yellow Jackets. You're a shrewd one, you. Maybe I could lend them a hand myself. They do say the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Not going there. She's kind of like a yandere. I like it. What of the executioners? There's no dishonor in linking arms with Admiral Merwent in the Maelstrom, surely. Again, we just threatened to shoot them. Or we dance for them. They like dancing. If you do the, so once you unlock airships, you unlock like a level 15 like dance quest that's unique to each zone where you get the emote for that dance. And Limps Lomensis is pretty good. It's like a little like jig, and that involves the executioners. You, Yellow Jacket, I want you to tell me one thing and tell it true. This is Limps Lominsa, the greatest port in all the realm. You can find this fleet of yours without our help. Why you come begging for it? Why? Good point. Because I reckon you're the ones who need the rising the most. The Black Sails only came together because of Cartano. You could have upped an anchor and sailed off into the sunset, but no, you fought like demons on those cursed flats, made heroes of yourselves martyrs. The way I see it, 'tis only right that those that you lost the most, when they stood to gain the least, should be the ones to fire the salute to the departed. Again, cannot do an Irish accent, just rolling with it. And salute to the departed too. The calamity changed the lives the Oaths and pirates ever more than most. If anyone should be celebrating the new beginning, it's those whose new beginning has already begun. I love this character. I have no idea how to voice them. So for all you're going, good, is it? I'm heading back to the Astilla. Send word when you've hammered out the details of this display of yours and we'll see what we can do. We are lighting the sky on fire. Aye, aye, Captain! Love you, no idea how to voice her. Can't rightly say no to you, can I? We lost a good lot of people back in Cartano. Let's send them off with a bloody great bang. We are lighting the sky on fire! I will join you on one condition, that in your remnants of trauma past, you do not make a shameful spectacle of yourself. Do not force me to restrain you again. I've never forced you to do nothing. You keep your hands off me if you want to keep them ready. If you want to keep them, you randy bastard. These two really like each other and will never admit it. Every single event, they're fawning all over each other. Even when they're not in the event quest line, part of the event is that there's a lot of NPCs that the game throws in that just walk around and like say random things, right? So you can see a lot of like NPCs that are just around. And so even if Rosewind and Cavarlian are not in the event, you'll see them out and about wandering around the event like perving on each other. Quite the fragile flower, isn't she? Well then, I bid you adieu. My ships will not ready themselves. Carvalian's also really interesting. He's like an Ishgardian noble that faked his own death and is now a pirate captain. You won't really know that unless you do like a shit ton of side quests, but like, he is basically, well, not, you have to do, like, all of the firmament, which no one should have to do all of the firmament, but, like, aw, thank you, I did it for Honeybee Lovely, which is part of the raid series we're gonna do after this, so you shall see Honeybee Lovely, and also, I guess, unbeknownst to me, the Yellow Jackets, which are Lindsay guard, also kind of tie in as well. But yeah, so Carvalian is, like, he's an Ishgardian noble's son, who faked his death, ran away, and became a pirate captain. So, it's just a little bit of nice lore there. Ah, breathe! Gods, I was so nervous I could hardly speak. Thanks to you so much for chipping in when you did. I could have never gotten them on my side without you. Right then, time to put the finishing touches on this plan of mine. It's going to be wonderful, I just know it. We're gonna light the sky on fire and turn this bitchard. Oh, about your reward. I've given it to the minstrel. You can grab it from him to the beginning's last, and may the navigator's breath ever fill your sails. Okay. You did a great service, my friend, for both Lady Yo-Yo and for all those who love the Rising, myself included. For that I shall ever be grateful. I expect it shall still be some hours before the preparations for the grand finale are complete. Mayhap we could wait forever. Alright, I shall stretch. Let's wait for the fireworks to begin while I stretch out my arms. There we go. Let's light the sky on fire. Oh, that's fun. My sister wanted to get, like, bee tattoos, like, on her side, but she bailed. While we wait, would you care to hear a verse that has lately come to me? It is a song of celebration, of encouragement, for all those who sail for unknown shores. Pray lend me your ears. Echo time! Oh, this is different. Echo-wise. Usually our echoes are not so, well, I guess the Rising is different, because it's like the developer's letter to the player. Oh, that's a fucking good shot. Greetings, Warrior of Light. Ah, it's Yoshi again. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, perhaps not. It wouldn't be the Rising without, like, a meta-breaking thing. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. I love when the developers do this, where they thank the player. The Rising event is like them always thanking the player for playing the game, and it's so sweet, and it's so kind, and it really just makes me so happy. The road we have walked has been long and grinding, full of perils and pitfalls, but we have journeyed every step in your company, and we hope that you feel the same about this last great leap. With every adventure we undertake, the longer the legacy we leave behind us. Yet a lengthy history need not mean a foreshortened future. Many adventures yet await. We shall continue to chart a course into the great unknown, one that takes in all diverse wonders this wide world has to offer, that your legacy might grow ever greater. To be certain, it would be a less trying task to sleepwalk ever onward down the same well-furrowed path. Yet to venture down paths untrodden, believing in a bright and glorious future that lies beyond them, is by far more rewarding. Oh, thank you, I am a hero! Oh my god, hero, that is amazing! What did I do to deserve this? I'm trying to take the compliment, but I'm also like, oh, that is so kind. Okay, I need to breathe. I stopped breathing for a second there. It's so nice of you. Oh, I'm getting kind of teared up. That's so kind of you. I made a bunch of I'm so emotional. My dogs are now at my door wondering what the fuck is wrong with me. Okay. This is the gift that we wish to deliver unto you, the gift of adventure. And we pray with all our hearts. Why is it still going? Oh my god, hero! You really are a hero! Holy shit! That's so kind! What do I do? I don't know what to do now! But this is... I was just being me! I like talking to people! Oh, you are so amazing! Thank you. I don't know what to say. I'm trying to keep breathing. Okay. Centered. Processing emotion. Okay. Emotions getting too intense, let us continue. And we pray that with all our hearts that you continue to walk with us. We thank you for joining us on this journey, heretofore and hereafter. Also, we're having a very emotional moment in-game, coupled with a very emotional moment from Hero. It's like perfect timing has collided. Hero, you have impeccable timing. Now, the time has come for the vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this walking dream. One cannot know what fills the hearts and minds of those who look to the sky this rising night. Perhaps you and I will see very different images in those explosions of light and color. But one thing I know for certain, that right here, right now, we look to the same sky. And though paths that lay ahead of us may lead in very different directions, sometime, someplace, they shall cross again. I love that there's an event in this game that's just the developers giving a love letter to the players. It's very nice. I wish more games did that. "'Tis almost time for the display to begin, when the consummation of not only of our labors, but of the thoughts and prayers of the people of this fair city. A salute for the departed, and for those who set sail into unknown waters. Many adventures yet await you, my friend. May the navigator's breath ever fill your sails." Oh, there we go! Fireworks! Light pollution! Lighting this bitch on fire! From eastern sea to eastern sky, the sacred sun ascends, and voices stir of wind, of waves, of rope, of sails, of friends, who like the golden light of dawn streams across the sea, sets sunlight sail for foreign lands, may fortune follow thee. Her journey done, so sinks the sun below the western waves, and memories stir of friends of yore asleep in watery graves. Let not our voices raised in song disturb your endless sleep, but join us in our chorus and your dream among the deep. An excerpt from the ancient mariner's song, a prayer for the safe return of those who sail far the horizon, and for peace of those who sleep beneath the same eternal waves. It concludes with a wish that the voices of those whose spirits are stirred with anticipation of new adventure reach the ears of those whose adventures ended too soon, that they may be united as one, a fitting sentiment for the rising, methinks. And so I offer you my own heartfelt wish, that even should your adventures carry you beyond the far-flung horizon of this wide world, we should meet once more in a 12 months' time and look up to the same sky, together. All the feels! The fucking feels! How dare emotion! It looks like you can replay that cutscene too. Oh my god, Hero, you keep going! What do I do? You're so kind! Oh my god, you've like literally gifted so many things that my chat is having trouble connecting. Alright, let me, it's the wind-up Kryl. Alright, hang on. I'm going to, because we're gonna do raids next. Let me take a breather, because that was a lot of emotion. And as somebody who... Well, you are, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. You don't have to apologize, it's all good. I never have to apologize for me. To me, at least. I'm on the spectrum, so I'm like not always great at processing emotion. And like you had very impeccable timing doing that right when the rising event was happening, which awesome. So I'm just probably gonna, I'm just gonna go out of the main city, and that'll be like my breather, because we're getting like all of our internet and Wi-Fi and like power from like, because it's been diverted to like kind of further away. It's been a little bit laggy, so I'm gonna move to a place that's a little more less populated. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't want to go there. I want to, let's go to Shaloni, because like, no, I was like, well, if in between raids the Fate spawns, we could do the Fate. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do that. It's not like the prettiest area to hang out in, but we're going through raids. Yeah. This is a very, like, mental health positive channel, like, a very open mental health positive channel. I do talk about some of this stuff. If it ever gets too deep, let me know and I'll stop. I don't really have much of a filter. It's kind of a problem. But, yeah, I do openly talk about things. Alright, let's go. Yeah, we're gonna go to Shaloni. Wild West Town. Yeah. Alright, this actually gave me, like, really deep, like, Firefly vibes. Because it's, like, sci-fi and Wild West, and I was like, oh, Firefly, that makes sense. But I know that there's, like, other, like, sci-fi Wild Westy things. So, it's, okay, I am gonna try healing these. I might have to not do that. This might be, we'll see how it goes. I like healing. I'm a healer main. But, like, if it gets too stressful, I'll switch over to being a summoner. Okay, Nero, I know you said you wanted in on the raids. Also message in FC chat. Thank you, Alfred! Alright, Torben's joining us. Hell yeah. Okay. I don't know if Nero's busy or not, so. Nero did mention wanting in. That sounds like an amazing feeling, Hero. Alright, we're gonna wait for Nero to get out of Alexandria. Which might take a minute, depending on the party Nero has. I will say, the most, like, a lot of people were talking about how hard Dawn Trail is. And I will say, like, mechanically, it's very, like, precise. But, like, most things with Final Fantasy, it's a tango, right? Like, I play a lot of Guild Wars 2 as well, and I have played WoW in the past, and, like, those games are a lot more, like, reactionary. Guild Wars 2 especially is very, like, AoE hell heavy. But, like, Final Fantasy's combat is a little bit more like a tango with sexual tension. Like, you need to know all the steps and get the steps right, and where you can kind of, you know, improvise within the steps and stuff like that. And I will say that, like, if your Wi-Fi is not great, it can be a little difficult because, like, learning the steps is very, like, and the intricacies is very difficult. But once you kind of have, like, the steps down and you start to kind of, like, learn the tango, like, it's not that difficult. Now, it can also greatly depend on, like, your party and your comfort level, and certain fights are better suited to certain classes. Like, for instance, Nero and I were, I think, like, last week we were playing the Brute Bomber, which we're gonna run today, and I was like, I fucking hate this one. It's so hard for me. And Nero was like, it's easy, and I'm like, that's because you play Viper! You play a melee class! Like, this fight is so much better suited to melee classes! Well, early game, it's not going to be that difficult because, so part of the thing is, like, the gear scaling. Oh my god, Torben, you look hot as fuck. Hello. Part of it is the gear scaling, right? So, most of the difficulty people have been having is, like, there's much more people at endgame than there have ever been before. And if you're not used to playing at endgame, you're not used to playing kind of at the item level. You're used to playing above item level, because of how the gear scaling system works, right? So a lot of people who are playing, who are going through the expansion playing above the item level, or are running with people who already know the content, are not going to have as difficult of a time as people who, like, have just made it to endgame and are suddenly like, oh shit, this is hard, because, like, the gear, and also, like, as the game has advanced, it introduces more and more mechanics, but also, like, doing the insane thing I'm doing, that is leveling an alt on every data center, which, again, do not recommend, not recommended, you shouldn't do that. I'm batshit insane, I have a lot of free time on my hands. That's why I'm doing it. But, but, like, the changes they've made to Realm Reborn, like replaying Cape Westwind, replaying some of the things that they've made independent duties, so much more difficult. Cape Westwind especially, I was like, oh, you can see where they brought mechanics that were new in, like, Stormblood and Heavensward into the early game. And, like, also, fucking die already, that guy. Sorry, that guy just refuses to fucking die. But, like, yeah, so, like, I mean, you have to understand, like, I feel like a lot of people are very hard on the base game, but, like, I'm the kind of person who, like, yeah, I get it, but I also go into games with a lot more of an open mind. I also, like, because, like, A Realm Reborn was literally remade in a year with spaghetti code, and the graphics update 1 looks fucking gorgeous. Highly recommend going back into there for the graphics update. But yeah, like, it is basically, like, Alphen, you'll see in some of these raids that we're gonna be running, that, like, it is a tango with sexual tension. Like, and the game gets harder and harder as time goes on. I feel like these, like, when I go through, like, these raids, you'll kind of see, and, like, the Pandemonium raids as well had it a bit. Pandemonium felt a little bit more like, I will say in Dawn Trail, like, side-to-side AoEs are really popular this expansion. In Endwalker, it felt more like skill-oriented, like, understanding was more of a thing that you needed to know. Like, you needed to know, like, you need to read the boss's skills and to kind of, like, figure out which ones were which. Or, like, there was a lot more, like, context clues in the Pandemonium raids. Now, again, we are on the first raid tier. So, the way it works is there's, like, 8 raids, right? And they go, like, well, there's more than 8 raids. There's, like, 3 sets of 4 raids. So, 12 raids, right? So we are on the first 4 raids. We're on the first raid tier, right? Now, the first raid tier, not usually that difficult. Pandemonium was an exception. I am never doing, Circle 2 or, Circle 3 again. Unless I'm going for the Savage mount, which is going to take a full group and a lot of practice. Oh, thank you, Alphen! Oh my god. What is happening this stream? I'm gonna wave my pride flag. I don't know what to do. I'm also sweating a lot because it's really hot and for some reason the AC isn't working. It has been 100 degrees these past 2 days. I might just come sit over by my CPU fan in a second. Oh my god, this is amazing. And to think I was worried I was gonna be in so much pain I wouldn't be able to run with y'all tonight. I don't know what to do, but we're just gonna wave the pride flag. Yeah, I feel bad for Nero right now. Alexandria's rough. The first boss of Alexandria is rough. The other 2 I'm fine with. I just hate the first boss of Alexandria. The dungeon itself, fucking phenomenal. Look, no, okay, here's the thing. I'm bad at the first boss because I'm bad at reading symbols. Not because the first boss is a bad fight. Here's the thing. This is one of the things with Dawn Trail. A lot of people were like, oh, the game's too hard. And I'm like, it's okay to be bad at things. I acknowledge when something's hard for me, and I acknowledge that I'm bad at it. These upcoming raids that you're going to see me try to heal, I'll be bad at doing it, and I'm fully aware of that. Yeah, but, like, the other thing is, like, sometimes I'm just bad at it. Like, just because you have trouble with something doesn't mean that the fight is bad. It just means that you need to practice the fight more. And I feel like a lot of, here, there's a good saying, it mostly applies to, like, being scammed or cult situations, but it's that humans would rather be fooled than be wrong. So, like, we as humans would rather be considered fooled, like we got fooled, rather than we are wronged. So, if you're having trouble with a fight, saying like, oh, the developers just messed up is easier for your mental health than saying, I am bad at this and I need to work to get better at it, right? So there are times where I fail at something, and I know why I failed at it, and I'm okay with that. Like, sometimes the fight's not really, like, I have cognitive processing issues. I don't read arrows well. I don't read symbols well. That doesn't mean that the game is designed badly. It just means that I struggle with these things, and I'm aware of that, and I have to develop workarounds for that, right? So, it's not like... So when people say, like, oh, the fights are bad, or the game is bad, I'm like, are they generally bad? Are they generally hard? Is it generally too hard? Or are you just afraid of being wrong? Are you afraid of being wrong or bad at something? Right? Like, and here's the thing, I fully get it. Like, when I was young, I come from a very abusive schooling experience and a very abusive household, right? So I was terrified to be wrong. I was terrified to make a mistake. If I made a mistake, I would literally instinctively cover my head and start shaking because I was so scared of getting hurt, right? And it took forever for me to be okay with the fact that I was wrong or that I was bad at something because I was so conditioned to being incorrect or being wrong meant getting hurt, right? So it took forever to deal with that. And I feel like it's, a lot of people are not comfortable with the fact that they can be bad at things, that it's okay to be bad at things, that it's natural to be bad at things. And part of it is there's so much pressure in this world to just be good at something, or not good at something, but be passable at something. Especially things you enjoy. But, like, I also, like, I know my limitations, I know where I am, and I think it's healthy to be okay to be like, yeah, I'm bad at that thing. I need to practice that thing, or be like, I'm bad at the thing, it's just gonna happen, it's gonna be the reality. Like, I might spend this entire raid experience on the floor, dead, licking the floor, telling you how it tastes. That's okay, as long as we clear the fight, right? I don't give a shit, we clear the fight, so what if I licked the floor the entire time? What if I was a pancake? Who cares? We got the fight done. Would it be nice not to be a pancake? Yes. Do I acknowledge that I don't practice this raid series as much as like a hardcore raider? Also, yes. Hello, Raikou. It's like Raichu, right? Like Rikachu or Raichu, like Pikachu's evolution, right? Did I get that wrong? Tell me if I got that wrong, or if you'd rather be called like Rika. I want to make sure everyone's called what they should be called, or what they want to be called. I thought you might be like referencing the like Pokemon, like Pikachu's evolution, which I think is like Raichu, right? But maybe I'm misreading that. I'm explaining that it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be bad at things, right? Like, there's an element of like people would rather be fooled than be wrong, right? And you see it a lot in people who are like recovering from like cult stuff, scam stuff, or just like MLMs a lot of the time. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, Raichu is one of my favorites. I love Raichu's design. Underrated favorite Pikachu evolution. But yeah, like, a lot of people, I'm waiting for Nero to be done with Alexander before we go to raids. But I don't want to pressure Nero, because Alexander, depending on your party, can be, So, the first boss especially, I've had a lot of wipes to that first boss, where I'm like, oh, holy fuck. But, I mean, like, a lot of people were saying Dawn Trail was too hard, and I'm like, one, FF14 is, the combat in FF14 is a tango with sexual tension. You learn the dance, you learn where you improvise in said dance, especially when we run Honey Be Lovely, it's gonna be very apparent, that's why I made this little bee clip, because it's gonna be very apparent when we run Honey Be Lovely. Perfectly fits with the theme of what I'm talking about. But, but, like, yeah, like, a lot of people are, like, not okay with being, I think that a lot of the backlash about it being too hard is that the fear of being bad at something or being wrong, and it's not something people consciously do. That's the other thing. Like, I feel like a lot of times it's like an unconscious thing where like the brain, your brain is trying to protect part of itself. Your brain is trying to protect part of its mental health, right? Like, and it's like an unconscious thing that we as humans sometimes do, where we get very defensive about things and we don't really realize why. And I'm not perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. Like, I do this occasionally too. We're all sometimes like, you know, blame something else, and then I need to take time to think about it and really process the situation and realize, yeah, no, I was bad, and I just kind of need to acknowledge that, right? Yeah, I mean, the other thing is I think, yeah, I mean, like, it's supposed to be difficult. It's the first raid series. We're all kind of, you know, we don't have the, like, gear level being ahead of things, right? And that's the other thing, is I feel like there's a lot more people who are at endgame now than ever before, right? Especially with the boost we got during Endwalker and all of that stuff. And, if you haven't, like, my first time being at endgame with FF14 was post Shadowbringers. So, although the Rabanastre raids and Stormblood are extremely challenging and extremely, I refuse to heal those. Now, to be fair, I'm also bad at them, right? Like, I'm also bad at the Rabanastre raids. If I practice the Rabanastre raids, like, all the time, I'd be good at them. I just don't fucking like them. And I have no reason to practice them because I run hard content for glamour. And I don't want any glamour from the Rabanastre raids. Alright, let me know when, I'll do a ready check and, we'll queue for all of them. But like, yeah, like, I feel like a lot of people who haven't been at endgame before, no, I don't want to do Party Finder. That was not what I meant to do. I meant to do it, yeah. Okay. But yeah, I feel like a lot of the like, discussion about things being hard is like, well, it's endgame content. That's the point. It's okay to be bad at something. It's okay to struggle with things. Like, we are all here to learn and to enjoy ourselves, and as long as we pass the fight and win the fight, I don't give a fuck. Is it annoying? Like, Nero and I were running raids last week, and the tanks kept moving the boss around. And yeah, at level 100, you probably shouldn't be doing that. You should know better. But like, we still won. Alright, let's run these raids. There are some things that are like that, where I'm like, it's level 100. If you're gonna tank a level 100 fight, like, don't move the boss around like that. You should know better. Alright, let's go. We'll see what we get first. I mean, yeah, common sense things I'll vent about. Because, like, I'm a healer main, right? I'm a masochist. We like pain. But at the same time, like, I can't heal stupid. There's a lot of things I can heal, and stupid ain't gonna be one of them. Oh, hey, we got Honeybee Lovely! Tango with sexual tension. Let's go! My little bee! It's over. Oh, capture your heart.
The Honeybee Lovely show has begun.
What a lovely show for the audience. I will be singing along to this occasionally. Love you, Wild. Your pride.
Submit to your lovely queen.
Be with me, Miss Wild. World is monotony. Okay, I'm not like as big of a fan, but like, it is fun. It's a fun fight. Also, if you listen to the lyrics of this song, if you look at the lyrics of the song, it's actually low-key terrifying. There's always something to see on magazine. Somehow not enough. No, it's ever not enough. I like this one, and I like the last fight too. All right, here we go. Charm. Again, I really should have said, "Treat me well forever," just because. Sweetie, honey, be lovely. I'll be your one and only champion. I'll be your royal rule. Worship me again to the end. My workers near and far, oh won't you be my little drone, honey, as long as you never cross me. I really should have said, well, forever, just because. Oh my god. This is gonna be... Not for a time, for I'll capture your heart. Ah! Fuck, we lost one! Oh no, that was Nero. We'll get Nero up. This is probably going to be hard on Nero because he is melee right now. But that's what I'm saying, right? Like, certain fights feel more impactful if you're certain classes. And Honeybee Lovely is definitely a very ranged, heavy fight. Whereas the Brute Bomber, which Nero was saying, like, he doesn't mind last week, is a very, like, melee-oriented fight. Yeah, that was gonna happen. I didn't move fast enough there. But see, it's okay to be bad at things sometimes. I didn't move fast enough. That happens. Sometimes we get charmed by a giant fucking bee woman. Yeah, I do think if I eventually, I used to main Machinist a lot, and if I eventually go back to maining Machinist, this will be a fun fight to do Machinist on.
A little taste to make it interesting.
I mostly use Machinist right now for PvP. I kind of just like being a sniper. But like, once you know all the steps, it's not as, crazy. I can also, like, look, I'm gonna be honest, like, I love White Mage. I love being, like, a, You're not going to kill us because I am fucking here. White Mage is look, I'm a basic bitch, but I'm a powerful basic bitch, okay? I might be a basic bitch ass White Mage, but I'm a powerful basic bitch ass White Mage.
What? Are you kidding me?
I mean, look, part of the reason I'm running healer in raids is I had 2 scholars in the Brute Bomber, and I was like, fuck no. We need a regen. We kept dying. Okay, is this... Okay, yeah, this is the pinwheel. She goes through a couple, and one of them's, yeah, pinwheel. I might be a simple basic bitch, but I'm a powerful simple basic bitch. I used to do Astrologian a lot. Like, I used to main Astrologian a lot. I didn't like some of the changes they made to it. Also, they keep changing it every expansion, and because of my cognitive processing abilities, I need something a little more consistent. I do level up everything, but to main something, I need something that's going to be a little more consistent for me. I used to main Reaper. Reaper is my main. If I'm doing anything maiming, like I'm trying to get maiming glam, I'll go Reaper. I fucking love Reaper. I like Viper a lot too, but there's something about Reaper that just really feeds the goth, dark, emo kid that I was. Separate these guys. We lost one. Okay, other healer got them up. That was nice of them. Because I really just want to use Blood Lily. Did I say I was... Oh, we missed one. We missed one of the charms. And again, tango with sexual tension. If you miss one of the charms, you get hurt. I will say there's a lot more, like, raid-wide mechanics this time around, too. Like, there's a lot more like everybody suffers if we don't work together. Before it's over, you're all capture your heart. That might have been my bad. I wasn't fully paying attention.
Has begun.
But it also might have just been a group thing.
Lovely show for the audience.
Yeah, this fight does really well if you're a lot more mobile and ranged.
Thanks for your lovely queen.
Not dreary eyes.
A vicious blow. Oh, that'll leave a mark.
To win your love, I'll do just anything. Oh, tanks! No, that was not good. Oh boy. It's better if you guys are together in that. Ooh. I was hoping Reaper would be a necromancer, but I was happy. I mean, I wanted a dark, edgy class that wasn't just Dark Knight. I did make Dark Knight for a while too, but to be honest, I switched over to Warrior for all my tanking needs. Cause Warrior just got so overpowered in Endwalker, and I'm a sucker for a chick with a big axe. Like a sexy chick with a big axe. Just what happened to this tank? Get up! I gave you a res. Please res. That's gonna be a problem, buddy. We need you up and about for the next tank buster. Maybe there's a connection issue? It doesn't seem like there is one. Okay, they got up. Yay! They're up! Maybe there was a connection issue where something happened. Sometimes if, like, my dogs are barking or, like, something's going on, I need to grab them. Hey, we help! Yeah, this is not fun if you're, if you're melee. Okay. I was so worried that was gonna initiate. I do need to keep you can out-heal these hearts. I think when the gear score, like we get to the next tier of gear for endgame, out-healing these hearts is gonna be a little easier. For now, though, it's not as simple. But eventually, I do think out-healing some of the damage that the hearts give is gonna happen a little bit more. Yeah, I have, right now I have 3 dogs, because I have my 2, and then I'm dog sitting my grandparents' dog. But, like, if you hear barking in the background, that's Bear. The racket club, that is up the hill from me has been having some sort of, like, giant event, and they've been so noisy. Bear's also very vocal about things. But yeah, I have, yeah, and I'm dog sitting my grandparents' dog. But occasionally, yeah, I need to go pull the dogs in or do other shit. Or I'm waiting for a mechanic to clear. I'm a little worried about the summoner's gear score, but I think it'll be fine. You're not going to kill us. I do like this raid series that if you like nail the mechanics, the announcer says different things or the combatants say different things. I like that a lot. Yeah, like if you all survive that with enough help, she says that. Like she's like, it didn't work? How dare it not work? Alright, this is the... Is this pinwheel or... Yeah, this is pinwheel. Okay. She has a couple different ones with the fans. rotation needs to get tightened up a bit. It's just, like, with all the primals you're summoning, stuff needs to get tightened up a bit there. Okay, this is a new strategy tanks have been doing that I actually really appreciate. Them moving her to the back so that that line goes in the back there. I actually really appreciate that new strategy that a lot of tanks have been doing.
Who's my obedient little babe?
Okay, separate, 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 separate. Everybody get a puddle! Find a depression puddle! I always forget that that happens in the middle. And I'm always like 2 steps away from it. Alright, time to think on our feet. Ah!
Alas, her charms were not to be denied.
Alright, someone got charmed. Let me see if I can, keep everyone alive! Oh, so close! I'm so sorry, Torben.
Out to me, everyone.
That went off too late. Tanks, where are you going? I need you to make up your mind. Thank you. Too close. Other healer, you're gonna have to get them.
Babe, it will break you to a bloody pulp.
Oh, she's getting pissed at us. Okay, so that's gonna be there. Yeah, I'm gonna get hit by that. And that one. Oh well, I'm a fucking white mage. Let's go. Try me! I healed that lightning boss in Pegalthon with like 16 stacks. I can fucking do this. I can out heal this motherfucker. Let's go.
Neither side is willing to yield.
This is what I like about being a white mage. I'm not reliant on anybody else to heal me. I can do my own shit. Yeah, I usually find a striking dummy, and like, yeah, I couldn't, Benediction wasn't gonna get that at too many stacks. But see, sometimes I'm bad, and that's okay, and I just eat the floor, and that's fine. If I need to lick the floor and tell you how it tastes, I'll lick the floor and tell you how it tastes.
They're still in it, but for how long?
We're just getting started.
Alright, we gotta...
They're back on their feet. What great.
Okay, I could have waited to pop that one. Oh well. Hopefully we can kill her. Better be enough. Won't take your breath away. At the arcade. Just giving everyone a little buffer there. I don't know if that strategy will work. We'll find out. Forever just because we're clean, be honey, be lovely. You one and only champion. You will worship me until the end.
Is it over already?
that was bad. But hey, healer LB3, let's go.
But will they be enough to turn the tide?
It's okay if we don't do well. We'll at least beat her. We don't have to do amazingly, we just have to get through the fight. It'd be great if we were amazing, but we don't have to be. Yeah, whenever I have a new job or a job I have to learn, the first thing I do is I go over to a striking dummy, and then I just like hammer out the basics. Then I go into guild heist, which is like low level because it just gives me a feeling, like a brief feeling, and eventually I just start doing. I'll do some low level stuff first, to try to like I'll queue for like some lower level dungeons and stuff, just to try to build up a little bit of confidence with it. Or I'll queue for like some dungeons I know are easy. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. We all went down really hard there. I also take my time learning new classes though, and then I'll also do like, you know, like duty, support or like trust, to try to, like be able to learn the job without, oh my god, she's so close to being dead, just die, just die, just die! Oh my god, why aren't you dead? Woo! Hey, we did it! It didn't need to be perfect, it just needed to be, and we would let it be. I'm gonna commend the other healer, because I wasn't 100% on the ball there. What do I need? I don't want the pants. I guess I'll go, I don't need those. Oh, Torvin, Nero, I should have asked if there was anything you guys specifically needed, because I won't roll on it if you guys specifically need it, but... We don't need it to be perfect. It just needs to be, right? Yeah, I wasn't 100% on the ball there, because, let me see if that was in my murder. I don't think they're in Murder Tales yet, but... Alright, all good, Nero. Take your time. Okay. I'm just going through one at a time. Yeah. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh well, that's gonna happen. I'm also gonna eat something. I apologize in advance. But, you know, it is what it is. We're taking a quick snack break. Check my currency. I want to make sure I don't go over. Okay. I'm saving up because, I kind of don't. Yeah, this is normal. If you want to join us, you can. We're on Crystal Data Center and our world is Zalera. If you want to join us, I'll happily invite you. We're just vibing. Damn, Nero, that is a nice glam. Holy shit. guild was Viera for a hot month. I feel like it was post-Endwalker, but for like 1 month, like everyone in our guild just like Fantasia to a Viera for like just random reasons. Yeah. That was funny. Oh man, the Reaper job gear is just so amazing. Just, oh my lord. The Reaper job gear, again, fills the goth emo kid soul in my heart. I don't have mine dyed. But the cutout, Nero has his dyed, so you can kind of see how it looks. But like, the cutouts are just phenomenal. I mean, the dancer job gear, I don't have my dancer leveled to 99, so I don't have it. But like, the dancer job gear, this expansion, also super hot and amazing. Texture-wise, amazing. I think the Red Mage felt texture is, incredible as well. Yeah. I kind of went casual. I'm not wearing anything super fancy. I have a bunch of different glams that are fancy. I'm just not wearing them. I still need to get the healer gloves from Workhorse some more. I'm working on it. This is like my Red Girl Nero inspired one. And I have like Goth Maid. This is what I use for a warrior a lot of the time. I need to find an axe that works better for it. This is my like non-binary glam. Although I think I need to get the purple, I need to get the purple staff replica from Endwalker's Relic tier for it. And this is what I was using for Machinist for a while. I still need to farm Vanguard a bit more. And this is what I usually use for my Reaper. Like my Druidy White Mage one. Generic White Magey one, I might change that. That's what I was using for Viper for a bit. This is just like a basic thing I'm using to level Red Mage. This is what I use for Summoner. Another White Mage hodgepodge. Oh, hello! Hi, Rika! Oh my god, you are so cute! Holy shit! You're so adorable! I love your glam! Oh my god, you're so cute! Okay. Let's do a ready check, and then we shall go. Also, again, if there's anything, like, component you guys need, let me know and I'll pass on it, because, like, right now, I'm just grinding up tombstones to do pants and top. For the nearest rate. I only, like, kind of get Summoner and White Mage, which are, like, my two mains, like, on the most recent gear set, and everything else is just, like, kind of, like, gonna be one step behind till the end. Alright, let's see what we get. I don't know, I'm not rushing it this time around. I'm gonna wait for, like, the tribe quest to come out and everything before I get all the classes up. I'm everything up. I'm not rushing things so much this time around. I kind of rushed things post Endwalker, and I'm not going to do it this time around. Although the Outrunner mount looks phenomenal for getting all the job classes up. Much better than that, like, stupid headdress we got in Endwalker. Man, that thing was, like, blue in the color of yellow piss. That was not a good headdress. That was bad. mm. Alright, brute bomber time. Okay. Oof. Yeah. I try to follow like everyone on Instagram, although I had to stop because Instagram kept limiting how many times I could like something because they thought I was a bot. So it's been really annoying lately because it's like I can't be on Instagram because every time I try to like something, they're like, you can't like anything because you were flagged for suspicious activity because apparently liking people's content is suspicious activity. But I really appreciate everyone on Instagram. I know it's really hard to like put yourself out online, so like I want to like everyone because putting yourself out online is difficult. And I want to be appreciative of it. And it won't let me do that. Let me be nice to people, Instagram. Oh my god, the Machinist more gun. I remember when I saw that in the job trailers, like, they gave Machinist more gun! That's a TF2 reference, by the way. And if that don't work, use more gun! Somebody who designs the Machinist class really likes Engineer on Team Fortress 2. So you don't actually have to go all the way back. See these little circles on the floor here? The AoE stops like right before those little circles. So you don't have to like run all the way back, which is kind of nice if you can kind of watch the circles. Something I noticed. Alright, sometimes your anti-knockback works here. I think it only works in the first phase. In the second phase, it doesn't work as much, but the anti-knockback can come in handy there. That, and I usually use it a lot with Black Cat, too, because her knockback into the void is just something I don't want to experience.
You should know that I have a short fuse.
I'm embarrassed by how long it took me to figure out this mechanic. It took me an insurmountable amount of time. And again, it wasn't that it was hard, it was that I was bad at it. I wasn't seeing what they were putting down. Sometimes I play this game and I can immediately tell what they're putting down. Like some of the variant dungeons, I was like, okay, I can see what they're getting at. I can see what the deal is. And sometimes I play this game and it takes me a while to figure out what they're putting down, what they're trying to drill into my brain holes.
Don't mind me. Throats a bit parched.
This is like so wrestling fan inspired. I used to get mortified that that would damage us, but it doesn't. That's not the thing that actually kills us. Okay, I didn't need to use my lilies there, but I wanted to so I could use blood lily. Which, like, yeah, but also yeah.
Beautifully dodged.
Aw, thank you! It took smile. I think it's a lot of people's, like, that's a lot of things people struggle with. But I had to find something that I liked about my smile, like something specific, and I had to just like that one thing. And as soon, if I liked that one thing, then I could, oh my god, I misread that. That's on me. See, again, it's not hard, I'm just bad. Like, and that's okay. Doesn't need to be perfect, it just needed to be, and they would let me be. Oh my god, I am screwed. Okay. Hi! Bye! Yeah, so the thing I decided that I liked about my smile that, like, made me, like, easier to accept is I really like how prominent my canines are. Oh my god, what did I do? Oh shit, shit, shit! Yeah, that was just bad timing all around. Okay. We'll watch this tank kill itself. Sometimes the dominoes don't fall very well. But yeah, I like how prominent my canines are. And that was the thing that made me like my, and then I was like, okay, so if I just focus on how cute my, like, bigger canines are, then I can focus on, like, actually enjoying my smile and having some self-acceptance with it. So every time I smiled, instead of, like, being mortified or, like, kind of, like, you know, socially awkward about it, I would just think that my canines were nice and pronounced. And then I would be good. But I'm also, like, a weirdo, so that might not work for everyone. Aw, thank you! I did used to get called a vampire in high school. There was one kid who was in the middle school downstairs, and Alfred can attest that I wore a lot of crazy stuff in high school, because Alfred and I knew each other in high school. But, I used to wear, like, a lot of, like, corsets, and I had this, I still have this coat. I'll pull it out maybe after this. But, I have this, like, red velvet coat, and, I used to come in, because I was on a later schedule because I came from farther away than the other kids, and, so I used to walk in, and the kid would always be outside in the beginning, and he would always call me a vampire, and it was like, it wasn't in a bad taste, it wasn't like, it was just kind of like an inside joke we had, and it was fun. I was like, yeah, that's kind of the goal, and he was like, cool, and then we just kind of rolled with it. Alfred and I went to the same high school together. Yeah, we went to high school together. We live like 45 minutes apart. I actually wore crazier shit in middle school, but you didn't know me then. Yeah, Alfred and I were part of the same D&D group, which kind of ended in a PvP match where we basically ended up basically like, well, okay, now, I mean, the first campaign didn't end very well, but like, there was a very noticeable, like, we were raiding a temple, and one of our party members did something stupid, so we attacked him. Yeah, Alfred and I had the same therapist. That's how we met. Essentially, we were at the same school, and we had the same therapist. Oh, and we were both, like, into Dilbert, so we both talked about Dilbert, and then, like, there was another kid who wanted to be our friend, but didn't and he would kind of like walk behind us, listening to us talk about Dilbert, which I thought was kind of funny.
My word, he just assaulted the referee! The scoundrel! No more distractions!
I don't know, he wasn't a bad guy. I think later on it was a lot better, but yeah. He just didn't really know how to relate to us, I think.
Vicious blow! Oh, that'll leave a mark.
I hope he's doing well. There's a lot of kids from high school that, Yeah! That was kind of fucking weird. I mean... Oh, that was a fake out. I almost fell for that.
Beautifully done!
Yeah, that D&D group was kind of crazy.
I can't lose! I won't!
I do miss it, though. I mean, I don't think Danner turned out to be a Nazi. Danner doesn't really have the qualifications, let's just say. But Danner did have some issues. Definitely. I think he needed time. And it wasn't really my responsibility to walk him through that time. Why are we now talking shit about people from high school? None of you know who we're fucking talking about. I'm fucked. This is great. Bye, Raid! It was nice knowing you! Now I'm lying on the cold, dead floor. I was busy thinking about kids from high school, hoping they are not dead. Yeah, I still I wanna get back into tabletop gaming too. Just finding the right group's been difficult. Especially now that Luna's able to come with me to like certain types of stores and stuff. There's still certain areas she can't come with me to, but she's able to come with me to a lot of places now, which is nice. She's getting there. She does get impatient with me if she knows that like we're gonna be going soon. Like Luna has learned like if I stay in a spot for an hour and then like something takes longer than an hour, she's like, okay, it's been an hour, you're supposed to go now. Like, and she'll get a little impatient with me. But for the most part, she's been getting better about the whole, like, yeah, being in places. She just knows the drill. I don't know what they're all doing. I mean, I don't want to. I did see I ran into, like, Chase's stepmom, like, 5 months after we graduated. That was awkward. That was weird. I ran into her at IKEA. That was weird. Alright, where are you going? What's your arm doing? Alright, arm's going this way. I guess I'm going to the corner. Hello, corner. You are a nice corner. I like this corner. We're gonna stay in the corner. Let's get Rika up. Oh, no, the other healer got Rika up. Okay, I'm sorry. most difficult thing, right? And then it's like finding the right place that I think enforces the group dynamic you want to, because atmosphere is important. And like, here's the thing, I love making like models and stuff like that. Like, if I could, I would just make models for a D&D group, but I don't think I would be a good DM for the most part because I'm bad at math and I don't know the game as well. I tried to make my own system, but I love making like D&D models. Oh, I'm fucked. That's great. That's nice. We can deal. I can out heal that one. That's not going to be too bad. Yeah, but like finding a good group for that is difficult. It's like finding a good raid static, right? Like finding a good raid static that's willing to take the time to like learn things and get through things is also just as difficult as finding a good group. Hi, tank. Ah, that hit you really hard. I think the other tank was supposed to be with you, but they didn't go with you, and that's sad. Oh, Alpha, and you're the only person from high school I'm still in touch with. My usual philosophy is, like, not to interact with anybody I used to know from school. Because, I was kind of cringy in high school. Yeah. No, I've been fortunate in Final Fantasy XIV that, like, I've been able to kind of meet a community and get along with a community that, like, is as accepting and great as it is. Like, meeting, like, you, Torben, and Nero, and, like, all these people, and, like, now Rika, and everybody is just, like, it's been amazing. Like, like, Final Fantasy XIV helped me, like, find myself and figure out who I was, like, so much. And, like, gain so much confidence. I don't think I would have had the confidence, like, I think Torben, you're the one I've known the longest so far, but, like, yeah, like, I would not have had the confidence without FF14. Aw, thank you. I made the mistake of wearing a pleather skirt today, and now I'm so sweaty. I feel like they should make pleather winter wear, because it is so insulated! But I don't have, like... Yeah, I've met some questionable people playing FF14 too, but, like... They're not as questionable as the people I met playing World of Warcraft. So, like, I played World of Warcraft before I played FF14, right? Because for a while I was on a really old Mac OS X, and so, like, World of Warcraft was, like one of the only games that I could run. And, it was, like, never join voice chat, never reveal your true gender, never reveal who you really are, never talk to anyone. I lived in fear! Yeah! I go back now and again to World of Warcraft. I actually started playing, when I go back I play on European servers though. I made a lot of friends who are from, like, Spain on the European servers, and they are so much nicer. Yes, I do have to save that content for OnlyFans. If you want to see me without clothes, go to OnlyFans. It's like $5 a month. There's always a deal going on. That's where you can see me without clothes, doing weird fantasy photos that exist in a world of my own creation and aspire to nothing. Well, I'm wearing leggings under the skirt, so even if I were to take it off, it wouldn't matter. That's a cute glam! Oh my god, that's adorable. I don't do enough hats. I have a couple hats I like, but for the most part, I don't really do hats. Did I repair my gear? Yes, I did. I am spacey. Okay, that's gonna happen. Some days life is like that. Alright, let's, I am going to do a ready check. I know I might not need to do a ready check, but I like clear communication. Yeah, so because I'm doing my ult on Primal right now is a Hrothgar. I named her Robinia Hood, like Robin Hood, and I'm just taking like 4 different like Robin Hood inspired classes, so Bard, White Mage, Red Mage, and then Warrior, so all like Robin Hoodie inspired classes. Yeah, no hats. It's like Edna mode, but no capes. Side note, and I want to do a Lalafell that's Edna mode. I want to make a Lalafell that's just Edna mode, that just walks around, like, critiquing players' fashion. Like, just a pure roleplay character.
To shreds. Our challenger's first opponent, Black Cat. Can they hold their own against our feline ferocity?
I love the way they did Black Cat's eyes. It makes me really hopeful that we're going to get some sort of, like, neon eye type of thing in the future. I mean, the graphics update did a huge service to coloration. But, like, and the other thing about the graphics update is it's still kind of ongoing, too, which is amazing. Like, I think in, like, 2 years, this game's going to look phenomenal. I mean, unless something, you know, like, comes up that, like, blows it out of the water, but the MMO genre right now ain't doing too hot, so that doesn't seem to be happening. That got depressing, but you know, dealio. It is what it is. Such is life. I didn't need to do a Lily there, but I want to cast Blood Lily. That's very kind of you to say, Alfwin. Yeah, my general philosophy around keeping in touch with people is I try not to keep in touch with people from schools I'm no longer attending, and I try not to keep in touch with people from jobs I no longer work at.
Lethal maneuver.
Thank you, Ghost Reaper. I've worked very hard to obtain the ass that I have.
Please bear with us while we
I did accidentally flash Twitch like one time. That was a thing that happened. It wasn't intentional, but it happened. Is this me? No, that's the dancer. Okay. For a second I was like, is that me? Should I move? Okay, not me. I'm so, like, for some reason whenever I do this as a summoner, I always get, like, one of the first ones. But generally, if you don't get chosen to be, like, launched up into the air on the first one, you're gonna get launched up into the air on the second one, so. I think I've been running White Mage in like half mode. The nice thing about me playing White Mage is like, because it was my main for so long, I can kind of run it like in the background with like, it's like I can run it half asleep. Okay, what corner do I need to stand in? Not that corner. Not that corner. Ooh, this corner back here. This is a nice corner. I'm gonna stay right here in this corner. I mean, I don't judge why people pay for it. It's not something I do very, like, for it, and I don't judge a lot for it. Like, I'm like too asexual to have any like strong opinions on things like that, okay? Like, cause part of it, like, I don't know, I've had this conversation recently because being in in polyamorous relationships, like, there's a lot of talking about like comfortability level and things like that, and like open-mindedness and stuff like that, and there's a lot of like, okay, well, I don't really judge people's like kinks or what they find horny, because not experiencing that part of human existence, I feel not qualified to judge a lot of that stuff. Like, besides like the main red flags, like I don't know enough about that experience of human life to have enough to like judge on those parts of human life. Like, I mean, that's more than my ex-girlfriend ever did, Alfwin, so, you know. No, I don't need to cast Holy there. God damn it. Sorry, that got real. I shouldn't bring that up. I'm still friends with her. I don't want to, be mean about her. She had her reasons. It was the excuse that... Oh, this is me! Fuck! Remember earlier when I was like, oh, it'll happen on the second time? And then it happens and I'm like, oh shit, that was me! I'm getting thrown up into the air now. I mean, I try not to judge too much. It was mostly the reason why that was kind of bullshit. But, like, you know. If people are like, oh, I can't afford that, or, oh, I don't want to do that, I'm like, that's perfectly valid and reasonable. I have no problem with that. But, like, if the reason is something stupid, I'm like, that's, like, not, like, stupid, like, in a valid way, but, like, stupid in a, like, I'm making excuses because I don't want to tell you the real reason for whatever thing. I'm like, okay, that's odd and concerning. Like, I don't know. Like, it feels like, for me, maybe again, because I'm asexual and I don't understand it, like, somebody refusing to tell you why they don't want, like, they don't support you in that thing, or they don't understand why you do that thing, feels odd to me. Because I'm a very open-minded person, so if someone were to say, like, oh, I just don't think you should do that, I'd be like, that's your opinion, and I get it, but I don't agree with it, and then I would probably just move on with my life. Like, I wouldn't care too much. But, like, somebody lying about something like that, and then, but, like, lying in, like, a weird way, like, insecure way, feels really odd to me. But again, maybe I'm just a very open-minded, like, maybe it's a part of human existence I haven't experienced yet, so I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm trying not to, like, bitch about it, because I don't feel like I've processed it enough to, like, fully voice opinions or emotions about that. It doesn't really, like, the thing is, like, it doesn't, like, I don't post enough to really justify, like, asking people to pay for it. I just advertise it because I know it's a service people have asked of me. So it's kind of like, for me, it's like, okay, well, people keep sliding into my DMs asking for nudes. I might as well make some money off of that.
It's all over. Until next time.
Like, if people are gonna, if there is a way to monetize something, I'll probably do it. But, like, at the same time, like, I don't post enough on there to, like, pressure people to do it. It's just, like, something that exists, that is out there in the world, that people can do if they want. It's just weird when I'm so, like, not, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know, I got a lot comments when I started the OnlyFans of people being like, you're asexual, you can't have an OnlyFans because you're asexual and therefore you can't be sexy. And I was like, what is your logic here? Like, oh yeah, because I don't experience sexual attraction, I can't be sexy? What the fuck is that logic? But it was so weird. They were like, I thought you were asexual. Why are you starting an OnlyFans? And I was like, because there's a demand and I could make money. What do you mean? I'm like, what is the logic? I had two, okay, that was one of two things. I've ranted about this before, but yeah, one of them was, you're an asexual, therefore you can't have an OnlyFans, and I thought that was stupid. And the other one was, you can't defile your body in that way, you will defile your worth as a woman. And I was like, fuck you, I'm non-binary. But like, I was also like, what do you mean? Okay, so me dressing up as a forest fairy and posing with a spinning wheel that's used to make yarn is defiling my body. What the fuck is wrong with you people? I don't understand. What? I'm so lost. And these are the same people that slide into my DMs asking if they can, like, send me dick pics. I'm like, I don't understand the logic. The logic is not logicking. Sorry, I got a surprising amount of dick pics on Instagram. It's weird. And Discord, it's weird. And, like, here's the thing, right? Like, I'm very open about my asexuality, right? So I'm like, I don't feel anything when I see that. So, like, I'm like, okay, what do you expect to happen here? Like, it's like, what do you think? And I'm like, you don't want to know what I think because I would shatter your very soul. Like, I'm too ace to have a thought about that. Like, right? Like, it's a dick. Like, I don't know what to say. It's a dick, right? Like, if I just get an unsolicited dick pic, I go on Google and I find a bigger dick and I send it back. Like, that's the rule, okay? Like, if I get something unsolicited by somebody I don't know, I just Google a bigger one and I send it back. Because that's how that works, right? Like, I'm peopling. Is that not how it should work? That feels logical to me. Yeah, it is strange. Like, also, like, burlesque exists, and I would love to do burlesque. I feel like burlesque would be such a fun thing to do. I'm not very great at dancing, but I would love to do burlesque. I feel like that'd be such a fun outlet. No, okay, so here, the reason I send a picture of a bigger dick back is because there's a very old, Donald Glover comedy special, where Donald Glover talks about how when, so, a trick, if you're in an event or a club or something and somebody's hitting on you and you don't like them, but you feel it would be too dangerous to, like, not give them your number, is to write down your number, but just do, like, 1 or 2 numbers off. So Donald Glover had that happen where somebody wrote down a number that turned out to be his number. So he started getting texts for somebody named Stephanie, and he started getting dick pics supposed to be for a girl named Stephanie. And he did not understand how, what it feels like to get unsolicited dick pics. So he started sending pictures of his dick back to the guy sending dick pics. And he had a whole comedy special about that. And that's what gave me the idea to start doing it. I don't know. I mean, the other thing is, like, being a bitch is my kink, right? If somebody's being rude to me, I don't care if I'm a bitch back. Like, like, part of the reason I look for one that's specifically bigger is I want to be a bitch back. Alright, let's go. I love this song.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
Tonight our city bleeds red, blue, and green. The girl walks through the dark unseen. Back.
There is no
All
limit
gone.
to Electro's potential.
I think I like this one more than I like the Honeybee Lovely song for, okay, Honeybee Lovely's song is really catchy, but I wouldn't listen to it in my off time, right? This song I would listen to in my off time like I listen to Scream in my off time, okay? Scream is amazing. Very, like, Lacey Stern inspired, love it. This is also, yeah. No, okay, if people ask for permission, I'll be like, okay, but, like, you gotta understand that, like, I have no reaction to it, right? Like,
Oh, look at that massive cannon. Her skills are as sharp as ever.
I'm not gonna have, like, I'm not gonna have any, like, thoughts, opinions, or, like, feelings about it, right? Like, I just don't, that part of me is not a thing. It never will be a thing. I can't, like, erase the asexuality. So, like, it's like, yeah, like, no real reaction, right? Like,
A vicious throw! That'll leave a mark.
I love the lyrics of this song. I relate to it so much. Okay. I should have healed faster there. Okay.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's crazy.
I don't know why we went on this tangent. Okay. Okay, here we go. I really want a fashion accessory that's her wings. Or, like, we should get one of the new wing mounts that they added. We should get one of them as, like, her wings. Or maybe, like, the final one as her wings. Like, that'd be really cool. I don't know. Maybe that could be the Savage from this one. Actually, I think they already showed the Savage from this one. Never mind. But, like, it would be really cool to get her wings as, like, one of the, either a fashion accessory or, like, a wing mount or something. Maybe it could also be a good, like, gold saucer thing or a good gill sync mount. I mean, the bike was a pretty good gold gill sync mount, I will be honest. Like, the flying bike. Like, it was definitely a good departure from, like, just doing other things but in gold. I I'm dead. Yep. Sorry, healer.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
Thank you, healer. I'm sorry.
They're still in it! But for how long?
Alright, I'm gonna... Alright, cause yeah, they're already rezzing Rika. And if they're already in the process of rezzing, I don't want to disturb that process.
I'll erase you.
Cannon! I love her cannon too. Can we get her cannon as a machinist weapon? I want her cannon as a machinist weapon. I'm sorry, I feel like that'd be so much fun. Well, that's on me. Ow! Yeah, that was gonna happen. Oh, yeah, I'm not doing too well. Usually I die a lot more during the wings, not this. And I died again! Yay! I'm so sorry. I've got to commend this other healer because I am doing poorly. And they are carrying the party, and I feel bad. Oh well. I'll give them a commendation. They deserve it. I'm sorry I'm not doing too hot right now. This is not an easy one to heal. You have to like really be on your game, which is not something I'm really on right now. But that's okay. Sometimes we just lick the floor. Sometimes we start an Instagram that's just about how different raid floors taste. Honestly, if like FF14 characters were real people and had Instagrams, there would be a Dragoon with an Instagram just about how floors taste. I don't know if y'all saw, it was a while ago, there used to be a guy who used to rate like hotel carpets. Pretty iconic stuff.
But the challenger's still standing.
I love her design though. Like, I don't know what, I mean, it is true that she's like, we've gotten a little bit, like, I do think that the next raid series, we need to kind of get a little less Ixion inspired bosses. Like, I love her design, I love everything about this, but like, this is like not the first Ixion related raid character we've gotten, and I feel like we might need to get a little bit less. Well, we need to kind of have FF14 take a break from the Ixion. I mean, they're all iconic, right? Like, Eden's raid's also iconic, but like, can we like, let's do something else, like. I still really want to get the mount from that one though. That's what I was thinking about you, lady. I was asking if you would just die already. Who is this other healer targeting? I want to make sure that I don't. I didn't see them targeting anyone, so I just decided to go in order. If they were like hard casting res, or if someone was hard casting res, I would have tried to
It's all over.
Try to be mindful of that. Alright, other healer, you're getting the commendation because you carried me through that. Well, we have finished all the raid shenanigans. It is now time to take a screenshot for the New Year's slideshow and then call it a day. This is something I do a lot of. I just end up, no, Nero! Nero left! Oh no! Bye, Nero! Nag! Oh well. Ah, that wasn't what I wanted. I meant to do, like, depth, not that. Alright. I usually do, like, yeah, like a New Year's slideshow where, like, every New Year's I do all our memories that we've kind of experienced in games. You're all good, you're all good. I'm just gonna get a couple. Then I'll choose whichever one looks good. And that'll show up in the New Year's, which we got a couple months anyway. Okay, well that is it for me. We've done all the raids, done all the thingy-mabobs. I should also check on the dogs and make sure they didn't tear anything apart. Alright, well, I hope you all have a wonderfully content week. Stay safe, eat cake, because remember, the more you weigh, the harder you are to kidnap, and I want you to stick around, so eat lots of cake. If you want more from me, I have a Discord, feel free to join it. If you want, like, up-to-date stuff on when I'm going live, I have a YouTube channel. Older stuff will appear there, and the reading streams will kind of appear more on time there, because I want people to be able to catch up on whatever we're reading. Our next stream will either be a Guild Wars 2 stream, or it will be a continuing of the Westing game here. If you want to catch up on the Westing game, that is currently up on my YouTube. Yeah. I also, yeah, if you want more from me, yeah, I'm on Instagram as well. I'm not as active on there because, again, every time I like something, Instagram thinks I'm a bot, which is really annoying, but it's happening. I hope you all have a marvelous, wonderful day. I should be back either probably this weekend, or I'll do a short little reading stream in between then. But, yeah, stay safe. Eat cake, because the more you weigh, the harder you are to kidnap. If you need me, just send me a message. I'll try to get back as soon as I can. I'm usually a click away night or day, because I am a chronic insomniac. Always feel free to reach out if you want to hang or do anything. You are all valid and worthy, even on the days when you don't feel like it. Goodbye, everyone!